I don't remember exactly when I first heard about the case involving Harry and Harriette Moore. I'm sure somebody brought it to my attention. That's usually the way it happens in the Attorney General's office. Somebody will come to the office and express the fact that, there's this case, it's 50-some years old. No clear resolution has ever occurred in the Harry and Harriette Moore case and their death. And the more you hear about something like that, if you have a heart for justice, the facts of the case are so tragic in and of themselves that a bomb would be set beneath their bedroom, that they would be blown up on Christmas evening, which also happened to be their 25th wedding anniversary. My sense at the time was that a horrible injustice had been done. And at a minimum, trying to find resolution of that injustice was paramount. Did I know we would be able to bring resolution to it? Of course not. But I knew it was worth the effort. At least in my heart, that's how I felt. I think that generally people were pleased that a resolution had been able to be reached, that the tragic deaths of these two civil rights pioneers could finally be laid at the feet of some people who actually perpetrated the crime. They had some odd conclusions to their own life. There was one who actually committed suicide after he had been interviewed by the FBI. I think his name was Cox, if I remember right. And then, two of them died almost exactly a year to the date after the bombings had occurred. It's kind of eerie, but I think the daughter said herself that God has dealt with them in his way.
As Broward County Mayor, and on behalf of the entire Broward County Commission, I am pleased to present this key to Broward County to the entire cast and crew of Top Cat 2 Productions film, The Price of Freedom. This includes director, actor Mario Van Peebles in the role of Harry T. Moore, Aisha Jackson in the role of Harriette V. Moore, Kevin Sorbo as Sheriff Willis McCall, with offers out to other major stars. This film, based on the screenplay by John DiDonna and Walter T. Shaw, produced by Walter T. Shaw and casting director Ed Aranis, is a story about civil rights trailblazers Harry T. and Harriette V. Moore that needs to be told. It has been 70 years since they were killed on Christmas Day, 1951, and the Broward County Commission is pleased to provide this recognition of their work and sacrifice. Dan Peebles, thank you.
Dr. King said, we either learn to live together as brothers and sisters or we all perish together as fools. We're still learning. I add to that now we learn to live together as brothers and sisters in harmony with nature or we perish together as fools. But part of what we're seeing is that, and this is something that that Brother Obama said, I heard him speak once, and he said, in the short term, we have setbacks. In the 5-year plan, we have setbacks. In the 10-year plan, sometimes we have setbacks. But if you look at the overall, arc, it bends towards justice. Black folks got the right to vote. Women got the right to vote. Now you can love who you want to love. And yes, we have setbacks. For every action, there's an opposite reaction. So the pendulum does swing back. But as we saw from what this beautiful couple lived for, not died for, lived for, is that those setbacks, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And we've learned that democracy is like a car. And you know what happens in the car? If you take your foot off the gas, the car will slow down. So the same struggle that we saw with the Moores when they were signing up voters, when they weren't busy signing up folks for the NAACP, which did a lot of good things with Brother Thurgood Marshall. They were signing up voters. They signed up more voters in Florida, which had per capita, am I right, John, on this? Per capita, the highest lynching rate in all of the southern states was right here in Florida. This was at a time where you could get lynched for just looking at a white person wrong. And they stood up to it, and they spoke truth to power, and Harry wrote letters to the governors and wrote letters to those in power and stood up. before Dr. King, before Malcolm. To me, this husband and wife, they were like I don't want to say badass again, but they were like the Bonnie and Clyde of social justice. They got it done. They were fearless. We don't celebrate their death, we celebrate their life and all they did, and we know that that's a continuum. I'm blessed to be on Juneteenth with you. Thank you, Walter. Thank you, John, for all the great work you're doing. Thank you for the officials who are out there fighting the fight. I'm just the actor playing it. I get to be safe and play it and call a stuntman in when I got to fight, you know. These folks lived it. Aisha, we just have to portray it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Miss Aisha Jackson and singing Lift Every Voice and Sing, accompanied by Miss Gail Smith.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. I am honored to be here today to remember the lives of Harry and Harriette Moore. Let's do this.
Every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught